Hey everyone, welcome back to the Moving to Pensacola channel. And most of the time, I'm all rosy and sunshiny talking about all the amazing reasons people love Pensacola. But today we're going off script and we're talking about all the reasons people hate Pensacola. They think this place is absolute trash and they want nothing to do with it. Obviously, I'm not one of those people. I absolutely love this area, but we're gonna tell you those things so you know full picture what this area looks like if you really think about moving here. All right, number one, I hear this one a whole lot, and it's not a big deal to me because I'm used to it. And I honestly think our airport is one of our secret gems here, how you can come in, there's hardly any lines, it's easy peasy. But with that also comes less direct flights. So a lot of people, if they're having to commute to Los Angeles, Vegas, all sorts of places, they're going to have to make a connection, and that's never fun. However, Pensacola is adding more and more direct flights. I think just recently the number that came out was 22. So they have a direct flight to Nashville, to Chicago, to DC, New York City, and it doesn't always fly every day, but those are out there. Also some to Dallas and Houston, but yeah, going to Seattle, going, a little bit further, not so much. Oh, Atlanta. Atlanta is like one where we have tons of direct flights because that's really our big hub. So our airport will either mostly do connections either through Charlotte, Atlanta, or Houston. That's what I see for the most part as far as that happening. So sometimes when people move here, that's a little bit of a shock to them going, wait, I can't get there direct. Like you can get to Miami direct, but there's only one flight that does that. All the rest of the flights and maybe the cheaper ones, you're gonna have to go up to Nashville or go up somewhere to then go down south, which is kind of annoying. But hey, you're this super cute little airport. And for me, I'm down with that. I would rather have that and have to do a stop than have to go somewhere where the airport is just a mess and you have to get there 3 hours early. So, again, you have your pros and cons on everything, but one of those things that's a shock to people and they go, I don't think I can do this because I need to see my family more and I don't want to have to connect anywhere. I need an airport with a lot of direct flights, so that's one reason they hate Pensacola. Okay, number two, the humidity. So right now my hair is actually halfway tame because it's November when I'm shooting this, so it's not as humid outside. But the humidity, it's a lot for people if they're not used to it, especially if they're coming from out west. They're like, how do you guys handle this? Sadly, I'm just kind of used to it now. In August and September, yes, that's when it's pretty rough and you're like, man, it is hot, but you always get those afternoon showers that cool things off and give you a little bit of a break. But yeah, if you're not used to it and your body might go, no way, Jose, I can't stand this humidity. But you're really going to see this all throughout the Southeast. You're going to see it even worse in Mississippi and Louisiana and Alabama if you're not close to a coastline. The good news here is we have that breeze that really helps cool things down and make it feel not so bad. But yeah, if you're more inland, yeah, you're going to feel that humidity. It's going to be real hot, and we just learn how to live with it. Just how people that are moving from really cold climates during, the winter, they probably stay inside more often. And during the summer when it's super hot, yeah, maybe we're staying inside in the cool air, or maybe we have a bunch of friends with pools, or maybe we have our own pool. And that's where I come in. That's where you call me and my team, and we'll be able to find you a home with that pool so the humidity won't bother you. Number three, the traffic. So here's the deal. Most people from big cities, they're going to laugh when we call this traffic. We are just so used to having zero traffic that anytime there is a little bit of a slowdown due to road construction or just congestion, people here don't like it. And there are a few areas where it really gets hung up. So Highway 98 and Gulf Breeze, you're gonna see some traffic there. And it's because the road has been under construction for a while, and hopefully that's going to be done soon. You're also going to see a lot of traffic near Davis Highway. And I'll be honest, when I'm sitting in it, I get frustrated. I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I drive here during this time of day? I should have gone the back road, and I'm kicking myself for not doing so. So we know all the back roads. You need to reach out to us so we can tell you the secret ways to go. We'll also see it sometimes on Highway 90 between Pensacola and Pace. If there's any sort of accident or anything on that bridge, yeah, you're gonna be in standstill traffic. You're gonna see that in certain areas over by Navy Federal in Beulah. When they had everyone there at the offices the traffic was bad, especially in the mornings and afternoons. But after COVID, a lot of people started working from home. So we haven't seen it as much, but more and more people are coming back. So that might pop up as a problem again. But if you know the times of when to leave your home and some of the back roads, it really isn't a big deal. And when I talk to people and I say, well, that's probably gonna take you 20 minutes to get to the grocery store, they laugh. They go, are you serious? Like, it takes us 20 minutes to get anywhere where we live. 20 minutes is no big deal to us. However, when you're used to this more simple living where you're 5 to 7 minutes away, for some people, they're gonna go, 20 minutes is too long. So that's some people, if they come here, especially if they're from way smaller areas, starting to experience a little bit of traffic in those areas, they're not going to like it. But anyone from a big city with real traffic issues, they're gonna think it's a joke when we talk about traffic. So that is our third reason for why people hate Pensacola. All right, number 4, lack of things to do. I personally feel there's tons and tons of things to do in Pensacola. I feel like if you want to find any sort of fun, you're able to find it. However, some people, they come and visit here and they go down the entire Florida coast, and maybe they go down to Tampa and they go, you know what, that's more my jam. I want major sports teams. I want big concerts coming in. I want an airport that has those direct flights. Or they go to St. Pete or Miami and they're looking for more of that energy and vibe. However, here we have tons of stuff. We have tons of festivals, tons of shows, tons of fun things to do. You can find some great concerts and comedy shows and opera, ballet, all sorts of things. But yeah, you're not gonna have the major league teams. But we did have like the women's soccer SEC championships here in Pensacola, so you are able to see some great sports. We have our own ice hockey team, which is super fun, and they have lots of theme nights. They even do wiener dog races a couple times a year, which is super fun to see. It's just a blast seeing little dogs on the ice running. Does it get cuter than that? We have the baseball stadium. We have a ton of things, but if you're used to NFL and NBA, yeah, you're not gonna find it here. You're not, but you are gonna find a beautiful beach. You're gonna find all sorts of other great things. Plus, the cost of going to these types of events is so much cheaper. You can go to the baseball game for $10, and here you're gonna get the prettiest sunsets. You're gonna also be able to get like really good food, like oysters and stuff. So not your typical baseball experience. So we have tons of perks there, and whenever people connect with me, I let them know this when they are worried about like, hey, like, am I gonna be bored there? Absolutely not. Like, you're not gonna be bored here. I'm never bored. I'm like too busy. I'm like tired all the time from just all the fun things in Pensacola. However, yeah, if you're not looking for it and it's not plastered everywhere on billboards, NBA, NFL, Taylor Swift coming, then yeah, maybe you're gonna feel like it's a little sleepy. But I assure you, in my mind, this area has plenty to do and at good prices. Okay, a huge reason, hurricanes and just our weather in general. But really anywhere you are moving in Florida, hurricanes is gonna be something you're gonna deal with. It's gonna be something you hear about, and not just Florida. I mean, we had the one that hit Charleston. We're seeing hurricanes hit all over, but that is something that is a concern for people. If you're moving from somewhere maybe where there's wildfires, you're at least, I guess, used to that versus you're just not used to like the hurricane element of Mother Nature. Or some people move with tornadoes. And I'll be honest with you, like I kind of would choose the hurricane over some of those other things because we get time to prepare. We have time to get out of here. We have time to put our hurricane shutters up, secure our outdoor furniture, and go for safety. The tornadoes though, I mean, those are so fast. And yes, every now and again, tornadoes hit the region, but hurricanes are the big thing people talk about where they go, I don't wanna do that anymore. Like I wanna get out of there. I wanna go somewhere where I don't have to worry every single year for a few months about it being hurricane season. So the stress just gets to be too much for them knowing that this is a yearly thing where they might see it. However, what I see happen a lot is people that are maybe in more hurricane prone areas, again, it would hit the entire region for the most part, but like beach areas, coastal areas, they're gonna get hit harder than more inland. So a lot of times, especially as people get older, they're going, you know what? I don't think I wanna live on the beach anymore. I am exhausted from storms, and then they move inland. And I see that happen all the time. But there's still always people that are like, hey, life is short, move to the beach. And they're like, I'm fine with the risk of hurricanes if I get an amazing view every single day, and this is my life. So it's, again, all all about just weighing what's best for you, and we can help talk you through that. And there are plenty of homes in our area that do not require flood insurance, that they are not in the most prone hurricane areas. Insurance is cheap, like $700 a year. So we have plenty of areas like that, depending on the home, of course. And then we have areas where it's a lot higher and it is a threat. But typically the people buying in those areas, they don't really care. They say, this is my life. I've always dreamed of waking up and seeing the water, and I kind of don't care what insurance costs, and I kind of don't care about hurricanes. And we see that all the time. But yeah, that's one reason people hate Pensacola. They go, I am sick and tired of those storms, and I am gonna get out of there. But just to give you some historical reference, so the big storm we had was Hurricane Ivan, and that was in 2004. And a lot of the homes weren't built to code at that time. They weren't elevated quite yet, and it really kind of decimated the area. The next big storm we've seen that hit our area directly is Hurricane Sally. And this was a strange one. It looked like it was going to New Orleans and then shifted when no one saw it. And it just sat over us for so long. So we had a lot of roof damage. Some areas that were really close to coastal areas did get some water inside. And just like fences down, some pools messed up, enclosures, a lot of that stuff. And yes, there were some homes that were pretty much completely destroyed, but those were very, very rare. So if you're looking at the big picture, big storm in 2004, so more than 20 years ago, and then we had the one in 2020, that home saw some damage, got some new roofs, and that sort of thing. So even though we watch it every year, we're typically not getting hit every year. I don't want to jinx us by any means, so I hope it doesn't, but that's what we're seeing for the most part. Okay, the tourists. Yes, like during summertime, during spring break, it gets busy here because everyone wants to be here. Where we mostly see this is going to be Pensacola Beach and Perdido Key. Downtown and other areas, you won't even know there's a tourism season. I promise you, you're not even gonna realize that. But if you're wanting to go to the beach on a Saturday, and let's say you're gonna leave at around 11:30, you're gonna be sitting in a ton of traffic. It's probably gonna take you about an hour, hour and a half to get to the beach if it's a pretty day. However, when you become a local and you get to know it, you're not gonna try to go out to the beach after 10 a.m. And I'm gonna teach you these things. And you'll also look at other areas. Maybe you'll go to Navarre Beach. Maybe you'll look at other places where there's not as much traffic. We also have the national parks that are private. So you can buy a membership and go out there, and there's hardly any people. So there are ways to enjoy the beach even in the middle of when there's tourists out here. I personally live out on Pensacola Beach, and I'm not right there where Casino Beach is. That's like the big public beach. I'm down about 4 miles. And it's usually pretty quiet by my walkover. I'm hardly ever seeing that many people. During the summertime, yeah, there's some families out there, but it's quiet. You're not trying to find a open area of sand on the beach. So I honestly think it's really not that bad. When people see crazy videos, that's more Destin and Panama City, where it really is insane. So Destin, if you're trying to move out there, you're gonna be in bumper to bumper traffic just to get to the grocery store. That's not the scenario here because those beaches are more secluded and take a second to get to. So it will not affect the day-to-day for most people. But if you are a beachgoer and you're like, I want to be there every single weekend, Saturday and Sunday, yeah, there's going to be some weekends where the traffic is crazy. And it's not just getting onto the beach, it's also getting off the beach because everyone seems to want to do that around the same time. So around 5:30 or 6, then you see some traffic because to get to all these beaches, you have to go over bridges. So that's where things slow down just due to the traffic and everything and stoplights and people taking their time getting off the beach and maybe not the best drivers out there. So for some people, they don't like that. But if you're moving to a beach community, just one of the things that comes with it. All right, what did you think? Did any of those reasons make you go, hey, Pensacola, absolutely not. Not for me, I hate that dang place. Well, I hope not, because we love it. We really do. And we can help you find whatever you're really looking for. And that's the beauty of Pensacola. We have areas where the homes are on acreage. We have homes that are on canals and rivers and bays and not just on like the Sound and the Gulf. We have homes where you're not even close to water whatsoever. So we have so many options here. And it truly is my goal to help more and more people fall in love with Pensacola and move here and live the life that we we get to live. So please reach out. That number on the screen is for you to call, and I promise we pick up right away, and we'll do a Zoom call and show you the maps, talk about what's best for you. But this has been so much fun. Can't wait to hang out next time.